Chris here from Games Vault, popping up to have a look at some of the E3 2021 stories that tickled my pickle this past week. Let's start with Microsoft and their chunky chap, the Xbox Series X. Last year, after first looks at the beefy boy, comparisons were made to a mini fridge, and Microsoft took that as an excuse to make more money. Coming to the US later this year will be a mini fridge modelled after the Xbox Series X. That's right, now you'll be able to keep your console cool with its impressive cooling fan system, keep your drinks cool with a cool mini fridge, and get nice and toasty as your overloaded plug sockets burn up and set your games room on fire. Original Xbox stalwart Master Chief is back with the news that Halo Infinite's multiplayer mode is free to play. We're not entirely sure what that means yet, but it could be a sign that after several console generations, everyone's favourite Spartan now has access to senior citizen discounts. Bethesda opened up a little more on the upcoming Xbox exclusive Starfield, describing the game as a Han Solo simulator. The vibe from the showcase video was Skyrim in space! So based on that, I can't wait to play it on the Xbox Series X, and then the Xbox Series X2, and the next gen after that, and remastered on the next gen after that. Speaking of re-releases, the first full trailer for Life is Strange Remastered was screened, with the updated textures and character models causing a divide between fans of the original. Max looks too different! Max looks no different! Days ahead of Nintendo's presentation, screenshots of Super Monkey Ball's comeback leaked, which is hopefully the first and last time I'll ever have to use the words screenshots of monkeys' balls and leaked in the same sentence. Over to Sony, and last year's PlayStation 5 exclusive Godfall is getting a previous generation release on the PlayStation 4. When asked why they'd go back on the current gen exclusivity and essentially produce a lesser version of their title, publisher Gearbox said, "We wanted to play Godfall on a PS5 to product test it, but by the time we get it to basket, they're out of stock." Keep those update drop alerts going, guys, and Godspeed. Across PlayStation, Xbox, and PC this October, we'll see the release of Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, and I know what you're all thinking, not again, but steel yourselves, true believers. Unlike Square's previous Marvel live service thing, this game will be a narrative-driven, single-player action-adventure where you will take control of Star-Lord and work alongside your team to keep things focused and hopefully fun. Plus the developers of the cats at Eidos Montreal, who brought us the most recent Deus Ex games, and the trilogy-saving Shadow of the Tomb Raider, so set your hopes higher. Or at least as high as the person who approved Peter Quill's hair design for this game was. I just think, like, what if Donald Trump backcombed, you know? When Nintendo's presentation finally rolled around, they brought a buffet of brilliance to tuck into, including the return of console queen Samus in new Switch title Metroid Dread, a brand new WarioWare game, because memes, I guess, sure, and the inclusion of Kazuya of the Tekken series in the upcoming Super Smash Bros. Ultimate DLC, which at this point, will there be any room to budge on screen? They have 81 playable characters now. And the PC Game Showcase delivered tons of info for the superior system, he says as a filthy console casual, including Mecha Jammer, Vampire the Masquerade Swan Song, and War Tales, which sounds like the grittiest Disney reboot yet. Now, you're probably wondering why I missed out on some titles here and there and are about to post a rage comment. For starters, hold your horses and watch to the end. You don't tear up a book because you didn't like a plot twist 1/3 of the way in, especially if you read on a Kindle. No, I've saved the best for last in a look back at my own personal, so don't at me because it's not your version of, a top 10 exciting reveals and reminders from E3 2021. At number 10, the big dumb fun of extreme sports from the comfort of your couch is making a return in Ubisoft's Riders Republic, which seems to combine the competitive drive of an old-school Tony Hawk's game with the visual flair of Sunset Overdrive. This rainbow-coated curiosity is coming to PC, Stadia, Xbox, and PlayStation consoles this September. Number 9 takes us inside the mind as, after a 16-year-long wait, Psychonauts II hits most current systems, including Mac OS. The visual style we all fell in love with is back and in glorious high def. Def 1 to look out for. Prepare to poop your pants through the lens of the camera obscura, because my number 8 pick is the remastered Wii U title Fatal Frame: Maiden of Blackwater, coming sometime this year to Windows, Nintendo Switch, and both previous and current PlayStation and Xbox systems. Restructured with a new photography mode to help combat the ethereal undead in the 2020s, this cult favourite series is celebrating its 20th anniversary in style.
美しき恐怖再び
The Worms continue their decade-long domination at number 7 with a Nintendo Switch, Xbox One and Xbox Series port of Worms Rumble from Team 17. This one's been a joy to play on PC and PlayStation and will now have cross-platform multiplayer. Hey! Nice to see it make its way to other systems to spread the love and chunks of worm. Flashback and forwards at number 6 with the October release of Mario Party Superstars, a new title in the popular family-friendly series that encourages playing together and not taking things too seriously. Because nobody wants to see a broken Joy-Con after Granny loses her cool in the newly remastered Spaceland map and lobs it across the living room. With 100 mini-games and some old N64 favourites returning, this one's sure to kill a couple of hours.
Stickers are also available to communicate with others. It's time to partay in Mario Party Superstars.
Number 5, and it's time to jive. After a year and a half sat on our butts, it's time to move and groove ourselves back to fighting fitness, and what better way to do it than with November's Just Dance 2022. Coming to all console platforms as well as Stadia, it's the perfect excuse to have a boogie. Just don't expect me to change out of my Snuggie. Number 4, and it's the 4th entry in the series with Life is Strange: True Colors. Alex Chen is looking for answers to a family tragedy, and the series' supernatural bent will be the key to solving the mystery. Eagle-eyed fans have already spotted one familiar face in the cast, but much like Life is Strange 2, the game promises a self-contained, narrative-driven experience that, like the previous 3 entries, will probably make me blub like a baby at the end. No, shut up, you're crying! True Colors is coming out on all systems September 10th. Number 3, and a PC and Xbox multiplayer by Rare gets an unexpected yet absolutely appropriate DLC expansion in Sea of Thieves: A Pirate's Life. Teaming up with Disney, a new and original storyline will give players the chance to pal around with Captain Jack Sparrow and Mr. Gibbs, face off against Davy Jones, and play around with legendary vessels the Flying Dutchman and the infamous Black Pearl.
The Sea of Thieves, eh? Bring me that horizon.
Number 2, and 20 years into the future, Dying Light 2 Stay Human continues the terrifying survival horror franchise into the new generation. Techland brings back the cooperative multiplayer that made the first game so beloved, and the creature designs that made it so flipping gross, yet even more yuck. Due out this December, let's hope that the post-pandemic apocalypse scenario is a little less fresh and more fuel for fantasy fun times by then. And at number 1, could it be anything else? The excitement across the internet was palpable as we found out that 2022 would see the long-desired sequel to The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild coming to the Nintendo Switch. It's currently untitled, although most fans online have taken to calling it, oh my god, I'm died, we stand! And that's all for now. We'll tuck into some more gaming goodies soon, so do not forget to follow us here and check out nextside.tv, YouTube and Twitch for Games Vault's launch coming July 2nd. Game on.